Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Fastball chopped slowly to third. Tough play. Garcia charges. Bare hands. Can't come up with it. He can't hold on. The Mets take the lead.
It was a great play by MJ. Put a throw on the money. Salvi did a good job. We couldn't have asked for a bebetter play on the defensive side. Right now, we think it's a groin strain, but we're going to have to get more testing tomorrow when we get to Chicago.
Scotty Scheffler putter back and in. Scotty, he's done it again. Scotty Scheffler, for the second time in 3 years, is the Masters champion.
I try not to think about the past or the future too much. I love trying to live in the present. I've had a really good start to the year, and I hope that I can continue on this path that I'm on. I'm going to continue to put in the work that's got me here.
He did a lot of really good things this week. I think the key with Tiger right now is that he runs so much on adrenaline, and once that adrenaline goes away, then it's really tough to get through the end of the week.
I've always hesitated with you guys on that question because when somebody's doing well, that means the other side's probably not doing what you want it to be, but we're making progress.
A swing and a line drive. Right field. Soto makes the catch. Tagging is fine. He'll come home. Game winner. And another mob scene out at first. A game-winning sac fly by Andres Jimenez. Pioneers for the 10th time to the mountaintop. They've won the national championship in St. Paul, Minnesota.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KBGB 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. All right, new week, new shows, the Monday edition. Steve Webster in with you. Mike Corson is here, Aaron Clark, and Mike Hesher as we start to dig into a weekend of sporting activity. You like that? Sporting activity?
Sporting activity.
Okay. On the show today, we'll be talking Barton baseball with head coach Brent Biggs, wrapping up a 4-game series with Cloud. Didn't go the Cougars' way. They lost 3 of 4. Looked like they were on their way to getting swept. And then an incredible inning. They're down 8-5, and let's score, get 22 guys to the plate, score 15 runs after one man was out. Yeah, we'll talk to Brent about that inning. Great Bend Tribune sports editor Jim Mazunas will be in, and Mike Corson today going on with Great Bend track and field coach Lyles Lashley. Yes?
Well, you queued me up. I thought I was like, now do I have a new role? But you can have it.
What did I say?
I thought you were positive so I could say, Lashley.
No.
So I took a breath and...
We'll have the weekend sports heads and sounds here coming up in just a moment. But we didn't get to do this because you did it on the AM Great Bend show. And I know that you felt regret about not taking advantage of the opportunity. Somehow we started talking about woodpeckers. And then Woody Woodpecker came up. And Mike Corson...
A little better.
Well, it's a little bit better. We'll keep working on it. Okay, there you go.
That was pretty impressive. It's like Woody Woodpecker's cousin is in the room with us.
So what cartoons did you watch growing up?
I watched a lot of SpongeBob was a big one. Fairly Odd Parents.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, okay, there's SpongeBob. Okay, and your cartoons?
Looney Tunes. Wake up Saturday morning, get the Saturday morning TV going.
So you were a Looney Tunes guy.
Yeah. But also they had the GoBots. Didn't do Transformers, but the little cars that transformed into people.
Okay, so all right. Well, that's what I was the Looney Tunes stuff, that back when you could, shoot a duck in the side of the head and his bill would spin around and then it'd stop. Bugs Bunny, yeah. Johnny Quest. Hesher, you remember Johnny Quest, don't you?
I remember Johnny Quest, but I was more of a Jetsons and the Flintstones.
Yep, that's pretty good, too.
I would have watched those programs on Boomerang. They had that on cable.
Okay, all right. So the generations
of
cartoon viewing here. That's what I was wondering, because did you ever see Magilla Gorilla?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, is it Inspector Gadget? But the one I think you mentioned before.
That Inspector Gadget, that's later.
The little hound dog where he hits the gong and then he turns into a crime fighter.
No,
but the old they got a gorilla for sale. Magilla Gorilla for sale.
I've got a gorilla for sale. Yeah. McGilla Gorilla. How much is that monkey in the window? Okay, anyway.
Sounds of the past.
Yeah,
24.
well, I was just wondering because we've got
They didn't
different.
quite go sounds of the past 24 years on that one.
No, it'd be not longer than that, but I was just generations of cartoon watching.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'm glad you got in on all three of them. The Foghorn Leghorn. I say. Yeah. There you go.
Doop-a-doop-a-doop.
That's the good stuff. Okay. Anytime that, I mean, if you're a rooster walking around the barnyard, you're in charge, right?
Kind of a jerk. Yeah, now we all got Family Guy and South Park.
That's when, yeah, and then I quit watching South Park because it just was disturbing.
Pleases me that at least you tried.
You just want to take a shower after, Family Guy's the same way. I mean, okay. Except the alligator fights is the best ever.
Well, they
on
brought
Family
in Foghorn Leghorn on Family Guy, too. Big brawl.
Really?
Him and Peter Griffin just went.
Yeah, the big chicken
That was
fight.
the chicken, but that wasn't the chicken.
That's not
It
Foghorn
wasn't?
Leghorn. It's just
It was just a chicken,
I
yeah.
was gonna say it's just a big chicken.
Yeah, I mean, they're fighting in,
Foghorn
in that
Leghorn has
sewer,
a
and he takes an
specific-
alligator up and bangs him over the head with it. All right, sounds the past 24 hours. Sorry, Hesh. This cartoons came
That took a track that I didn't expect
well,
today.
no, I didn't expect it either. That's what we do here. The call on WCBS yesterday. Yeah, it was a U-turn. It was. WCBS 880, Harrison Bader. RBI single. Was it a single, Hesh?
I missed it. I
Okay.
did not see the highlights.
It was a
Okay.
tough because the play
A
was
tough play,
coming
yeah,
home, so
okay.
he had to barehand it and missed it.
1-0 lead over the Royals. The Mets beating KC 2-1. That game tied 0-0 heading to the 8th inning. So the Royals dropped 2 of 3 to the Mets, but now they get to beat up on the White Sox hopefully tonight. They open a 3-game series in Chicago. But the loss was bad, but Flags and Ayuka right now are at half-mast. Hopefully we can raise them up later tonight if Salvador Perez is back in the lineup. If not, it's going to be Logan O'Hoppe getting the starting position at catcher. So
Yeah, there was a lot of questions about A.J. Melendez in the outfield. They almost sent him down to the minors to work on that last year. Almost made a diving catch at the wall the other day. The throw yesterday was amazing. He sold his body out, goes airborne, puts it on a dime. Unfortunately, Salvi was basically the plate, and so the guy slid in pretty hard.
a strained groin, that's kind of like a calf. That's
They
not
don't-
one that you can just come right back from.
Maybe, especially for a guy who squats most of his career,
Yeah,
so hopefully DH, but yeah, I don't see him squatting down much.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? Don't we
But
want
see, that's
him?
what I don't.
I mean, if he's not catching as much, I think that's a good thing for the
He
Royals.
just needs to be in the lineup.
He
every
needs to
day.
be in the lineup. I agree.
And it's
First
not
base,
like
DH, or catch.
Good for morale.
Not like he's a base stealer anyway, so as long as he can hit and slow walk to first, we'll take it.
Okay, as long as that use your legs when you're hitting, that's concerning. 6 tonight for the pregame show for the Royals and the White Sox. The call on Masters Radio. Scotty Scheffler completing his final putt on the way to winning the 2024 Masters. Masters champion for the second time in 3 years. World's #1 golfer. He has been outstanding, starting to put up Tiger Woods numbers. And Scheffler talking about not thinking about the past or present, just continuing the path that he's on following his Masters win. And Andy North on what's next for the Tiger.
You had the big question the other day, what if the phone rings on the 17th? So I looked it up this morning. 3.6 million. You can tuck the phone away for that. She'll understand.
Or just say it was on vibrate.
Golf course.
I
man.
didn't
Quiet,
say. Well,
please.
yeah, quiet, please. Don't have that phone on.
Did you see Tiger on Saturday? About the 9th hole, I thought he was done.
Well, he had to play 23 holes on Friday.
I
so-
realize that. So I give him credit for finishing because as the announcer that I was listening to said, I think he's done after the 9th hole. I thought the same thing, but he gutted it out. So congratulations to Tiger for that.
If he can, but isn't that body just so wrecked that is he Humpty Dumpty?
It's what it looked like on Saturday, yeah.
I mean,
He had his comeback, his big comeback Masters win a few years ago, but now just getting to finish out the course. People are talking about if he can make the cut. He got that 24th Masters cut.
Yeah.
It's a record. He did that, but kind of limped to the finish line. But like you said, just that body's failing him at this point.
Yeah, you got the Masters Tour where it's the older guys, but I don't think those older guys, when they were playing when they were younger, swung quite like him. They didn't have rollover accidents. So I think
No rollover accidents. They didn't drive off cliffs.
yeah.
You know.
So you do expect, well, golfers, they can go till they're 68. They got a Masters Tour. Yeah, but what did he?
Well, they can at least drive carts.
And that might help.
in his senior.
But if your
tour.
back is gone,
No.
that's going to be it.
Anyway, I really haven't watched a lot of golf since Tiger and Phil. You know, that's about the only.
Maybe Scotty Scheffler can be your new guy.
Well, maybe he's got to get rid of that beard, though.
Got to get Rory more involved.
I mean, they had. Wasn't there? Didn't he have like some bird in there chirping and stuff while someone else was trying to putt? Man.
Yeah, he was trying to get a birdie, and he had a little one in there.
One of the greatest cuts of all time was when the British Open, I think it was, the guy dressed up like a bird interrupted Bob Costas. And I think Costas actually found it entertaining. But maybe he didn't, but it's a hilarious
Made it sound
video.
like- okay. Lance Leipold, the Kansas Jayhawk fans, got their first look at the 2024 Kansas football team on Friday night, talking about it's really hard to break down a spring football game because you say, well, boy, the offense was really, what's that mean? Your defense stunk. Or if the defense, well, our defense was really, really good. Okay. Well, tell me about the offense then. Well,
One
the
way or
offense
another.
stunk, yeah. So, anyway, it was weird. Rock Chalk Park, because KU can't practice in their facility. Heck, they can't even play games there next year. So
Were they on the track? Do they have a indoor facility
that's
for
what
football?
I thought it was, but it was like I didn't recognize it. It was like a high school field.
Oh, man. It's a great facility out there. Top of the line track,
But
baseball, softball.
I didn't see a track on it though.
And they got indoor tennis out there. It's quite the facility they've grown out there.
Okay, the call on WTAM, my guy Tom Hamilton, he can make a sacrifice fly.
Yeah, I figured
sound
that was
exciting.
the first inning. Got one.
Well, the Indians at Sacrifice Fly, Guardians came back and beat the Yankees 8-7, costing my reliever a win. Clay Holmes was set up to get that win, but they gave it up, and that moved the Guardians back into first place by a half game in the American League Central. So they're 10-5. They lead Kansas City by a half game. Detroit 9-6, one game back. Minnesota's 3.5 out, and the White Sox are 2-13.
Yeah, got to say Kansas City's in first place this late in the year for the first time since May of 2021. So short
Making
lived.
progress, boys.
It's pretty late in the year, though. Who knows what could happen?
Okay, just a quick rundown of the standings. What's happened here early in the year, because you're just playing games. I mean, they've got 150 more to go, or 145. American League East, the Yankees with a 2.5 game lead over Baltimore now. Boston, Tampa Bay, 3 back. Let's see. In the West, Texas leading the West at 8-8. Yeah. Halo's just a half game behind. Oakland 7-9.
Is the AL Central the powerhouse this year?
No.
Whoa.
No. National League East, Atlanta, despite all their problems, they're still 9-5. Then Philadelphia's 8-8. The Mets are 7-8. Milwaukee off to a 10-4 start in the Central. The Pirates 11-5, so they're tied for first right now. Cubs off to a 9-6 start. Cincinnati's 9-6. Cardinals bringing up the tail end 7-9. And then the Dodgers. Imagine that. I didn't think they were going to be very good this year.
I don't think many people did.
No, I think it's easy to overlook them. 11-7 on the year. San Diego is 9-9. Arizona's 8-8. Just kind of.
So comparable win percent to Kansas City with 8 times the budget.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And finally, the call on ESPN2. Denver, DU, winning their 10th national championship as they defeated number 1 seed Boston College 2-0. You ever go to DU games?
I saw a couple Pioneer games, yeah.
They've kind of got a cool arena.
That
down
is
there.
a cool arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
A little chilly, though. So I got to remember, there's ice in there.
And Fort Hays would play Denver, but it was weird, and they played in not the auxiliary gym. And then they had, this little place that sat like maybe 1,200 people, and then their hockey arena. How many is that seat?
It was
10?
Magnus Arena, wasn't it? Was that
Yeah,
the name?
yeah.
It was like probably 8,000 or 9,000.
Yeah.
It was. I guess I went to a Fort Hays game and then watched DU from the concourse.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations, DU. All right. Had a lot of baseball and softball over the weekend. You're a track guy. How cool is that? Cedrica Williams taking down the national discus record Saturday down at the KT Woodman Classic at Cessna Stadium. 57 meters or what? It to
By what,
better her
160?
collegiate best by over 7 feet.
Was she already the record holder?
Yes, I guess that's
Okay.
I saw it's not quite her personal best. Her personal best is still a little bit further because back when she was still competing in Jamaica, she set the 20 and under Jamaican record.
That's she threw it off the island.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything that could. So how soon? When's the Olympics start?
July.
Wow, we're getting close. So what's a 57.57?
It's usually about multiply it by 3, so I'd say 160, 165.
When is the Olympic trials?
Coming up soon in Oregon.
Okay. You
No,
going
they
to
get
go up there and try qualifying for
No,
the
man.
400?
They got the Prefontaine Classic May 25th, so I think the Olympic trials are right after that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
Tis
getting
the season,
excited.
though.
Yeah, they said Olympics coming up. Softball over the weekend, the Great Bend Lady Panthers, couple good wins on Saturday. Lost 2 games on Friday, but knocked off Derby 9-8, and then beat Wichita Northwest 18-3. This was kind of a classic. They had May South, Goddard Eisenhower, Derby, and Wichita Northwest, and then they had Great Bend, Hayes, Garden City, and Dodge City. The WAC got whopped. Great Bend went 2-2. Hayes was 1-3, and Garden and Dodge both nada, 0-4.
Thought maybe either one of those could take Wichita Northwest, but yeah, those Wichita areas tend to be year-round teams and good club teams that develop into high school teams. Great Bend did hang around pretty well with those Wichita area schools on day one, so nice to see them.
Oh, a big win over
hang on,
Derby. Yeah,
yeah.
9-8. Derby, what'd they do against Hayes? They knocked them around a little bit. Let's see. Great Bend, I don't have that score on there. Baseball didn't play, but, by the way, let's not forget, it's Great Bend and Hayes tomorrow.
3 games this week.
Yep, and the WAC crown will probably be decided this week. Okay, as far as baseball goes, Great Bend Panthers. So who do they play tomorrow, Aaron? Do you know they play Rose Hill or McPherson?
Tomorrow, I think they start with Emporia.
They start with Emporia, but it's a...
And then I don't know if it's Rose Hill or McPherson. If it depends on who wins,
No,
who
I
loses,
think it's
but
probably already scheduled. I don't know.
I couldn't find any more than just the other 2 teams in
And
there.
then quite a baseball classic going on up at DeSoto High School. Great Bend will play St. Thomas Aquinas on Friday. Then they play Spring Hill and then play DeSoto on Saturday. Hayes is also up at that. They'll play Blue Valley Southwest on Thursday. Then Hayes will play Shawnee Mission North and Gardner Edgerton. There's a lot of teams going up there. So
This is the first year you can go beyond the 20-game regular season, so I believe Great Bend softball and baseball both at 26.
it's awesome. Yeah, that was a great move. Barton softball, they did not have any problems with Garden City over the weekend. 14-6 on game 1. 25-5, Barton setting a new run total in the second game. 25-5. And Lady Cougars 17-9, 20-16 on the season. And they'll be next up at Northwest Tech tomorrow. We'll talk to Carson DeBose about that. And the Barton Baseball Cougars. They need to get going. They've got Cowley tomorrow in a single game at Lawson Biggs Field, and then they'll have a 4-game series out of conference against Jayhawk East member Coffeyville. And we'll talk to the head coach of the Barton Cougars, Brent Biggs. He's coming in next on Sports Day.
Don't want to be tied down by a wireless contract? Get the service you deserve with NextTech Wireless Advance Pay. There's no contracts and no credit checks. Plus, you can get unlimited talk and text with 22 gigabytes of high-speed data for only $25 a month. Make the switch now and get a device on us. NextTech Wireless. Home on the range.
Introducing Ag Mechanics at Barton Community College in partnership with Case New Holland Top Tech. hands-on training in areas like electrical, hydraulics, and diesel engines, with technicians gaining the knowledge and skills needed to start a career with CNH Level 1 training. Join this high-demand field at a CNH dealership in only 9 months. Now enrolling for the fall semester. Learn more at toptech.bartoncccc.edu.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Venture Corporation is a homegrown company with almost 50 years of experience in asphalt, paving, and construction, and they need equipment operators, mechanics, and CDL drivers. Venture offers many benefits, including 401k and Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. Call Leslie for all the details. Work for a family-owned and family-oriented company that is here today and will be here in the future. Venture Corporation, South Highway 281, Great Bend, is an equal opportunity employer.
Sports Day is presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department. Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM.
Sports Day also brought to you in part by the Great Bend, or the American Plains Co-op Bulk Fuel Department, your certified Cenex lubricant dealer in Great Bend, and Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine. Get your life back. And Eller Automotive Repair, a local mechanic that can help. They're located behind Great Bend Appliance Furniture and Sleep Source. Barton baseball coach Brent Biggs in with us today. Man, Cloud County was ready for you, man. They got the 2 at Concordia on Thursday and then just kept holding you off in the first game on Saturday, and then you had that eruption in the second game. But, man, Cloud, pretty solid baseball team, Brent.
Yeah, they have some good players, and it's like a broken record in here the last 3 weeks, the way we've played. And it was more the same, day one. Like I said, their number one's good. He's going to Mississippi State, and we had some opportunities. We didn't play very good baseball. We didn't field the ball particularly well. We didn't have good at-bats, and it's just kind of been what's going on, and then it kind of carried over into game 2. And so, Saturday, game 1, we were down most of the game. We had some big hits. We had some opportunities there late again, and finally broke through in game 2. So hopefully more of that to come.
Kyler Horseman hit that 3-run homer, and you kind of thought, okay, here we go. And then you get your leadoff man on in the 7th, and man, there's a lot of momentum going at that time. Just couldn't shut the door on them.
Yeah, that's kind of what's happened the last 3 weeks. We haven't been able to get the big hit. When this kind of started, it was Seward County, and we lost 2 one-run games, and we had the winning run on base in game 1 and couldn't get the hit, and then couldn't put the ball in play.
Yeah.
We didn't even need a hit in that one. And then in game 2, we couldn't get the big hit, and it's just carried over. I feel like runners in scoring position, or when we need a hit or a good at-bat with 2 outs, we haven't been able to get it. And it's just one of those things, you start pressing a little bit. And
that's what I'm going to ask you, the pressing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everybody's trying to hit that 5-run homer, or make something happen. So in the second game, and the first game was the same thing. I mean, they got ahead. You came back, got the lead, and then they would come. That's kind of the same way the second game went as well. And you had the lead, and they come back, and I'm sorry, but it is, you sit there thinking, oh, God, man, it's 8-5.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. This is going to be, and then, okay. In a close game where you are behind, have you ever had 15 consecutive batters reach base with 12 hits and 15 runs to turn an 8-5 deficit into a 20-8 advantage? That is incredible.
It was 3 weeks of frustration being let out at once, I feel like. And, it wasn't just, ground ball, C&I, ground ball through the infield or this or that. I mean, there was a couple of them, but it was ball off the fence double, ball oppo double. And it was just, we had really good at-bats, and I just feel like we haven't been able to catch a break, and we caught some breaks, and, hopefully that feeling can continue. But it was enjoyable, that's for sure.
21 men to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
So who made the outs?
I
no
don't
one
even-
made the third out of each inning.
Well, I couldn't even tell you. It's been so long since I've had anything to do over there in the third base box. I didn't even know what to do with myself.
Well, you over there loosening your arm up a little bit, don't want to hurt that rotator cuff.
Right.
We never know, but it's always nice to say that, hopefully that's one of those you look back and said, yeah, we were, 6 outs away from getting swept, and we sent 21 straight guys to the plate. Baseball does that sometimes.
It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. You feel like you can't catch any breaks and nothing's going right to you have an inning where everything went right, and like I told him after the game, I was like, I don't care about the past. I don't care about anything other than what happened in that game, and we just got to bottle that up and keep it moving forward. So
Robbie Bolin had a pretty good day.
He did. He did. He's the guy you look back and he's obviously a phenomenal player, but I think he got like 7 or 8 hits and only got out once. And you look back at it and you want him to do a little bit more. Like, hey man, hit a ball in the gap or this and that. But I will say this, he's been consistent all year, and we had the tying run at second base in game 1, with the winning run at first base in game 1, and we have Robbie Bolin at the plate with 2 outs. And he's the guy that made the last out, and so that could go, both ways as, a team struggling. Here's your best hitter. Here's your leader. He makes the last out when we have an opportunity to make something happen. And then how does he respond? He goes for 5 for 5 in the second game and leads the offense, and exactly what we needed.
Yeah, he's got a hitting streak going. Owen Klein's got one going too, doesn't he?
Yeah, those 2 guys have been consistent all year long. Robbie's going to Nebraska and Owen Klein's going to George Mason. So they're both Division I players, extremely talented offensively, and have been kind of the 2 bright spots in our lineup throughout the entire season.
You get some production in that second game from your 6 and 8 hitters. I mean, that was good to see there. So
yeah, Owen Bailey, he was one of our best hitters in the fall. And then kind of came back a little slow, and then he was hurt for a while and hasn't been in the lineup very often, and he's had some really good batting practices and kind of worked his way in, and he had some really good at-bats. I think he got 3 or 4 hits and drove in a lot of runs, and even his outs were loud. So hopefully, he's a guy we can count on moving forward. And then Brock Howard I think he went 3 for 5, and shoot, I think I looked at today, he only has 15 or 20 at-bats on the year and has played in just a handful of games and came off the bench. And another guy worked his tail off in BP or in practice and had good BP, so you get rewarded, and had a lot of success for us.
So Owen Klein's going to George Mason. I think Carson's concerned that might take her pitcher and and her DH. She had a home run too, by the way.
Hey, her brother chose to not come to Barton, so I don't have any hard feelings there.
Okay,
so.
all right.
Yeah, he went to Neosho out of high school. We offered him, but good family.
And pitched 10 innings, because, he's in Washburn-Ichabod now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm even more mad at him.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, he didn't go both ways. Okay, it's a non-conference week, but this is an important week for your ball club. Hopefully you can get some spin going from that win. You get Cowley tomorrow, and then you've got a 4-game series Thursday and Saturday against Coffeyville. So kind of your thoughts going into the week, Brad?
Oh, yeah, big week for us. Because like we said, we had the good inning, and we finally found a way to win a baseball game, and we need to carry that over into this week. And it's not going to be easy. Cowley's playing really, really well, and they're back in the rankings and feeling good about themselves. So it'll be a good test for us tomorrow. And then Coffeyville, I don't know, for whatever reason, they've had our number the last 3 years, and they play hard and they play right and they're aggressive, and so it's a good matchup for us. But it's one of those things where you look at it, okay, it's your conference bye week and it's no conference games, but we have to worry about ourselves, and we have to play better, and find some momentum.
And there's that always thing, you don't want to have to go on the first round for that best of 3, right? I mean, you got to move up there just a little bit, know?
Yep. We're in 4th or 5th right now, and it's going to be, we have Hutch, who doesn't look like they're ever going to lose a game ever again, and, we finished with Garden City. So it's going to be tight down the stretch, and, every game's going to matter. So, top 4 get to host, and it's been a long time since we've been on the road. So hopefully we can get some momentum going and play well down the stretch.
Postseason sneaks up, doesn't it?
Yeah, we 8 conference games left, which is wild to think of.
Well, yeah, but that's, everybody's thinking pitchers and catchers report in 35 days, and hey, Barton's 8-1.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everyone, I don't know several times in the last couple of weeks, hey, when's your season start? I was like, well, we played 30 games already. You know, we're almost done. So,
wow. Okay. Hutch right now.
Yeah.
They just on a roll right now, or I mean, they put it all together. I mean, talk about the makeup of their team.
Really good players. They have a lot of really good players back, and new coach, which kind of energized the program. And he's young, and those guys are feeling good. And it's like you said, baseball. It's a crazy game.
Yeah.
Once you feel good about yourself, and you have talent, you feel like you're never going to lose, and that's kind of the stretch they're on right now. So we need them to get beat up a little bit here, and get kind of humbled. Because you look at us, I think we won 13 games in a row before this, this struggle happened, and you lose one game, and there goes the confidence, and it's a crazy game, and it can go one way or the other.
Especially after you go out there and you just crush Seward twice, and then you come back and say, well, Todd Moore put those scores in there wrong. There's no way that they came home and dropped 2 5-4 games after they drilled them twice in Liberal.
Well, we haven't hit since until this weekend, so fire the hitting coach, I guess.
Who is it?
Me.
Nope. I thought somebody just got a promotion right then. It's just, but this is always the thing, though. I mean, you get down no matter what. Hey, we know we can put up 15 runs just like that.
Yeah.
Let's go, boys.
I know.
Hey, Brent, thanks for coming in. Good luck this week. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me.
Brent Biggs, head coach of the Barton Baseball Cougars. They are at home tomorrow to take on Cali out at Lawson Biggs Field. More Sports Day coming up.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Extend the life of your equipment with Cenex Premium Greases. Engineered with quality base oils and well-balanced formulas to protect equipment in a wide range of temperatures and tough conditions. The Cenex line of grease products offer excellent rust protection, water resistance, and anti-wear properties to extend equipment life. Cenex Grease delivers the dependability you need to keep your operation running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
He's covered more big games than anyone else in the Golden Belt. He might be on your sideline, in your gym, or just about anywhere there's a game. Sports Day presents the Great Bend Tribune's Jim Mazunas.
Welcome back, Sports Day here on a Monday. Sports Day brought to you in part by the Cougar Booster Club. Continue our efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. Also, by Next Tech Wireless. Experience wireless built by Kansans for Kansas. Mr. Jim Mazunas in studio today. Good weekend?
Yeah, so far so good. The weather's been good. We haven't had much weather. It looks like we may overnight, which is good. We can have rain from midnight to about 4 in the morning.
Oh, it can rain. That's fine.
Then we're okay. So, yeah, and last year was similar. It was not warm. It was not calm, but most of the teams played a full schedule last year, and so far so good. Haven't really had too many postponements or delays.
Okay, let's go ahead and start with softball because that was a pretty tough tournament out at Dodge City, and they dropped 2 the first day but came back and, wow, beat Derby. That was a significant win, I thought, 9-8, and then put up 18 runs in their next game, and they won 2 games in that format against the schools from the East, and Hayes got 1, everybody else, so the WAC didn't do very good this weekend.
No, it's definitely a sign that it's Great Bend's softball championship to win this year. They just need to win 2 of 3 against Hayes, and they're going to be in great shape. The victory against Derby was the number 2 ranked team in the West in 6A. It's 12-2 team, tremendous victory. In fact, I would say that's
the best one I remember in a while.
Kerry Mitten's best win ever, because you're beating a team that's number 2 in the 6A. West, and you beat them 9-8, and did it with a tremendous game that was back and forth. And then Wichita Northwest, it took them 5 years to get revenge. 5 years ago, Great Bend had a state berth right there, 3 outs away. Northwest came back and caught them at the end and scored a bunch of runs in the 7th inning and ended up losing by 1 run. So it took them 5 years to get revenge, but that was a nice run rule victory over Wichita Northwest. Yeah, the stats are just stunning. I mean, the freshman pitcher, Pendergast, has been tremendous. Pitches all 7 innings, gives up 8 runs, just hanging in there against a really good hitting team. Finds a way to get 7 innings. You know, Kaya Bear's batting .583 and Deshauna Bryant .518. And Camden Post, she just continues to get on base. Their on base percentages are all over 600. So they're getting some offense too. And you need to score runs. I mean, when they beat Hayes last year, it was 10-5. You need to not get into a 2-1, 3-2 game against Hayes. You need to score some runs. And when they've had their success, that's what they've done. They've produced some runs. And their pitching's been good from time to time. So.
And it's got to keep getting better.
Yeah,
This team can hit.
There's no question. It's the best lineup she's had maybe in a long, long time, maybe ever. Because up and down the lineup, you know, the smaller, shorter players can run. They're speedy. They got some power hitters. I mean, Alyssa McCauley, she only bats like 3 times a week. She hits a home run every week. So, you know, which is stunning. I mean, because Bryant gets doubles and triples, and she'll hit the ball at the park. But McCauley's got 3 home runs, so good for her. And like I said, everybody else is getting on base, so it's just a matter of getting some hits with people on base.
So now we got this Hayes thing. You know, every time I think that, okay, we're going to take care of Hayes, they come up and do something recently, you know, where it's basketball. And
baseball's had the same formula. They've lost in regular season.
I don't want
it. They've won in the postseason, and that's what Great Bend girls did last year. They beat Hayes. Hayes elected to not pitch their best pitcher. That was fine with Great Bend. They scored 10 runs. So hopefully that's what they do on Tuesday and Thursday this week is pitch their backup pitchers.
It's a fun series.
Yeah, it is. It should be fun. And like I said, you really want to win 2 of 3, and even if you win 1 of 3, you're okay. But yeah, you really want to win 2 of 3, and the 2 home games are going to be Thursday at Great Bend at the sports complex. So that'll be nice. They only go for 1 on Tuesday.
1 tomorrow. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Baseball, they had the day off or the weekend off for the most part. So I love the expanded date.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
I mean, we're seeing some. I mean, that was cool out of Dodge City.
Dodge City, it was great to see May South and Goddard Eisenhower, Derby, and Northwest, 4 teams from the City League area, and they're just year-round softball there, so they have a huge advantage. Although Great Bend, their girls play softball year-round too. I mean, during the summer, so they compensate for that. But that's not true with every town and every team that's not in a big metro area.
But they get some different teams, you know, coming up. They get Emporia tomorrow. And then is it Rose Hill or McPherson tomorrow?
I would think that, you know, sometimes they play winner, and sometimes it's already pre-designated. So I think it's probably winner. Okay. Whoever wins will play whoever wins.
Okay.
So that's my guess. And then, of course, the weekend will be 4 different teams from the Kansas City area.
And that's going to be at DeSoto High School?
All the games at DeSoto. So 6 games this week. So, yeah, it's good that they got the pitching all.
Everybody on that team can pitch. So
yeah, and they're going to have everybody. When you're playing 6 games with the pitch count, and back-to-back days, it's going to be adventuresome. Yeah, and it's too bad. It's too bad they couldn't have won 1 game against Hayes because Hayes has pretty much got the league won already. They're
they can wrap it up tomorrow, basically.
They just win 1 game and they're good. So that's pretty much out the way. But you know, Great Bend is still 6th in the West, which is good. And you know, if they just win a share of their games this week, they'll still stay in the top half. You want to stay at least in the top 8 so you get, you know, a decent draw, but they still got a shot at top 4. I mean,
but it's fun. You got these extra days.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I mean, getting to play St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yeah.
In a regular season.
Yeah, it's great.
That'll be fun. So that's going to be Friday, and then they get Spring Hill, and then they take on DeSoto. Hayes is up there as well. Hayes is going to play Blue Valley Southwest. Let's see, and they've got Shawnee Mission North, and they play Gardner Edgerton. So
yeah, it'll be fun, good experience. And you know, Hayes did that surprisingly. Well, maybe not surprisingly. They win 2 close games against Great Bend. They play Clay Center and lose both games last week. So, but that's what happens.
Clay Center, Wakefield.
Yeah, Wakefield must have an ace.
Yeah, that's exactly. Wakefield must have like 1 ace that. And you get Wakefield, they're not going to throw you up in the next category. Well, I think it put them up into 4A maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, Yeah, they're 3A, 4A.
I
They've
think
been both.
Yeah, I think
so.
they're 4A baseball because they had to throw Wakefield in there. I'd like to know who that Wakefield guy is.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. I mean, and again, it gives a school and the opportunity to play different teams and go different places. So, yeah, Great Bend is definitely taking advantage of that.
Is there any boundaries on that? I mean, couldn't we go Great Bend, Wakefield? I mean, if they had a really good pitcher or
now, yeah, I
or does
suppose
it have to be contiguous to where your district?
I think
how
that's
far can you jump?
Yeah, I think that's probably the case. I mean, although Ellenwood is merged with Stafford and Kinsley's with Maxville, so you're talking about 20 miles. La Crosse is with Larned. So yeah, I think, and then they were with TMP La Crosse a couple years ago. I think it was La Crosse.
Okay.
And TMP. So yeah, they're doing a lot better with Larned. They're a lot friendlier down there. In Larned.
Okay. I just wanted to know. I mean, Great Bend, Coffeyville. No, that wouldn't be a good matchup. Let's see, Great Bend, St. Francis. St. Francis has a kid that can throw 102, so we'll just come down.
Yeah, Great Bend would have been glad to get that really fast runner from Western Kansas.
Exactly. What's wrong, Coach Lyles? Come on, we could have got them. Go out there. Let's see. It'd be Great Bend, Wallace County.
Yeah,
right?
Wallace County.
Track and field. Anything going on? Or some impressions of good performance this week?
Well, the pole vaulters from Hoisington, Josiah Ball and Shellamay Farmer, both state champs last year, both doing well. Farmer got a personal best, 12 foot, and Josiah Ball's gone 14.6, and he's won the hurdles this year, and they've got a good relay, so those two have been great. And then Luke Fisher shot in javelin for Larned boys, and then Kaylee Hagerman is dominating long jump, triple jump, and 200, and they won the relay too. So she's off to a great start too. And then Great Bend, just really a nice effort down at Wichita. I mean, when you can get a couple winners like Macy Noctical and relay, 3,200 meter relay, and then Kimberly Hofflinger won the discus, and then Cooper Omott did very well in the elite, the best of the best, got second and third in the long jump and triple jump. So, yeah, I mean, Great Bend's off to a good start, but 5A girls is absolutely loaded this year. So it's going to be, and that Lyles Lashley is like a mad scientist. He's going to figure out where to put his athletes just right. They're going to have a great 3,200 relay, that's for sure. And then beyond that, I mean, they have so many versatile athletes like Sadie Spray, and you have to decide which 4 events you want them to go in to maximize your points. So it'll be fun to see. Fun to see how that goes.
You can just get like a couple, like Salina Central has in their distance.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
you just
a lot
rack
of
up
points.
man.
And the events that are almost sure points are distance events and then shot and discus. If you're 50-foot shot put, you're going to be 50 foot. You're going to be 50 foot this week, next week. Same with the 3,200 and 1,600. If you run a time, you're going to be at that time within a second or two. And those are both just almost sure points.
It's not like the hurdle events.
No, the hurdles and the sprints, and even the jumping events can be a little bit dicey. But definitely the hurdles.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Javelin, same way.
Oh, javelin can just, I mean, I was fascinated that the javelin with the wind, they want the wind coming into them. I mean, it's just fascinating to see those little things about track and field.
Well, back in my day, see, you had to mark it. I mean, it had to stick.
Wow.
It's, it couldn't land flat or it was
It wasn't
foul.
counted, yeah.
So that's why you didn't, because if you were throwing with the wind at your back, that tip wouldn't go down and scratch. So
yeah, you had to throw it in the air probably further, more so than.
Well, yeah, but it just go out and it just land
flatten
on,
out.
on its belly. So
well, it's nice they make those adjustments from time to time because
back in my day,
and those field events are so fascinating because every field event's different. High jump, long jump, triple jump, javelin, they're all different. They're all fun to watch.
Yeah, and one that I'm glad they got rid of on the girls' side, but it's still one of my most amazing memories of remember that hill out there at Wichita State? I don't know if it's still there or not. It was south of the stadium where they had the discus. That's where they had the ball throw.
The ball throw, wow.
And Tammy Rose would throw it up halfway up that hill. She's still the state record holder for ball throw.
Was it hammer throw?
No, it's a softball.
Oh, it's softball. Wow.
Don't you remember the softball?
No,
throw?
I never remembered that.
He said the ball throw for girls.
Yeah, that's a good event. I like that.
How you go up there and then you come down and you're trying to set the tape and then you've got to set it down because then, of course, then you're going uphill. Then you have to figure out, I don't know. No one was close enough to challenge her. So anything else today, Jimbo?
No, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, looks like the weather's going to cooperate after tonight, and maybe the wind will calm down a little bit the rest of the week.
Okay, always a pleasure, Jim. We'll talk to you next week.
Okay, you're welcome.
Jim Mizunas with us here on Sports Day. Let's see, brought to you by the Marmy Auto Group on 10th Street in Great Bend. Venture Corporation reminding you to help a neighbor, shop local when you can, and by Equity Bank, your hometown sports partner. Visit one of our 5 local area banks in Great Bend, Larned, Maxville, and St. John, or visit equitybank.com.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Barton Community College enrollment days are back. Registration is now available for all sessions through July 24th. Make the enrollment process fun, fast, and simple. Reserve your spot to get everything set up for the fall semester in just one day. Visit with an academic and financial advisor, enroll in classes, take a tour of campus, and more. Visit enroll.bartonccc.edu to sign up.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Amy Herrera, Regional Retail Manager for your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many people navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you how we're committed to serving you in our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys make it happen.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. It's Monday. It must mean time for Panther track and field coach Lyles Lashley. Coach,
what's happening, Mike? How you doing, boss?
I've been waiting all weekend to hear the update. How was Cessna Field at Wichita State University?
I'm going to refrain from comment on that because I'm just going to keep my good, positive vibes to myself.
I thought it looked good on TV.
Oh, it looked good. It looked good. It was one of those look good from far, but far from good.
Awesome.
It. I mean, we had the wall still there, and then we had the retaining fence, and then we had all sorts of stuff going on over there. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to fit all our teams in there, and with the big tent and a temporary stadium, who knows what's going to happen.
Interesting. We'll get to your elite champions because you had 2 of them on the girls' side, but one of the kind of the unique events that you get to do at these bigger meets, the steeplechase. So, how did Bella Long get in the steeplechase, and how much did she like it when her 3rd place finish?
Well, she, she's a pretty athletic girl. She's, a little skinny little thing, but she's really athletic. I think she did a lot of gymnastics maybe as a kid, and then one day we were just talking. I said, "One of you guys need to steeplechase because I love to have a steeplechaser." And she was like, "I'll try it." And so we started. I put her in there with the hurdlers, and she picked up hurdling faster than most of my hurdlers did. So it worked out really well for her. And then we went out to JUCO practice. The water jumps out there. We just did it in the sand. So I think she had advantage over a lot of kids, too, that we were able to do that. And just, like I said, she was able to pick that up so fast. The fact that she's also pretty good dang shape. So it was a good combination for her.
Always kind of interesting competition down there. They divided up into 6 and 4A and then 3, 2, 1A. But then you also have the elite competition. Great Bend always has nice representation in those elite fields. So let's start with your javelin thrower, Macy Noctegal.
I thought Macy competed well. Being down there, I think that's the first time she had thrown in the stadium inside, so it was good for her to get in there and throw in there. But she competed well and just did what it took to win. I know she wanted the PR, but that was right at her PR. So, I'm excited for her. She's ranked first in the state right now, so just hope to see good things out of her. She's worked hard and deserves it.
Yeah, and I probably didn't know that. Is that one of the renovations? Is it going to be indoors or inside the stadium at State?
No,
Okay.
no. You'd have a lot. That's where all those kids warm up. That would
That
be
is,
little.
yeah, that'd be interesting.
I know the college deal they throw inside there too. So most of the time, I think just depending on the wind, also too they throw.
Your 4x8, also another elite team you kind of put together, kind of the A team with Addie Nicholson in there. High expectations going in, but actually think they were going to win the thing.
Yeah, I thought we had a pretty good chance of winning the 4x8. When you throw Addie in there, then Sienna was in there too, and then of course Eliana. Then I just think Grease was the missing link this year so far, especially with Mackenzie out and Reese is. She didn't shy away from it. Most people sometimes don't like bouncing up from the 400 to the 4x8, but she's done an amazing job at it. And then Eliana did a great job of bringing it home. She was going against a really good collegiate girl, and that girl never gained any ground on her. So it was a fun relay to watch.
And I always think, especially for freshmen, the pre-state meet is big because they get to maybe compete at Cessna Stadium for the first time. So definitely on the boys' side, had Cooper Omont in there in the triple jump and long jump. Obviously, 5A leader in the triple, but still gaining ground in that long jump as well.
Yeah, I thought he competed well. Nobody ever jumps PRs at Cessna. I mean, the sand is actually legit and legal, and it's level. Unlike some places we go to that are a couple inches down below. And there really wasn't a big tailwind for him, but he competed well, and to come out with 2 elite medals his first ever time competing there, that's pretty cool.
And you also had some elite kids in the distance events, where there was Ileana in the 30 or the 800. Some of the 1632, Addie was in there, Marissa Boone, I think. But I saw the sprint times were just going nuts those first 2 weeks with the wind. The distance times across the state just went nuts. So all of your kids in the distance events, especially that 32, dropping like 25 seconds. Just pleased to see that maybe the wind is finally gone.
Oh, it's coming right back this week. So, no, it was nice to let them be able to. I mean, every year we go to that distance carnival on Thursday night. Usually, one year it's snowing, one year it's 50-mile-per-hour winds, and we saw when we got there it was kind of windy, but as the races went on, it died down, and it was nice to see those girls, especially in the 2 mile. I think we had everybody in our Suburban had a lifetime PR. If they didn't, I think Addie had a season best by by a few seconds. So definitely was a good day.
Some throwers other than Macy Noctegal, sophomore Kimberly Hofflinger goes her best in the discus, and you got Mackenzie Lindbergh in the discus as well. Just continuing progress in that group of throwers.
Yeah, they're just getting better and better. Poor Kinsey was just 6 inches short of getting that 100-foot barrier, so we were teasing her on the way home. But her and Kimberly they competed really, really well. So, and then Allie also in the shot put. So those girls are fun girls. They're there every day. They're smiling all the time. They work hard. They're just fun girls to have on the team.
What is the schedule looking like this week?
Oh, it's a little wild. We got JV tomorrow, so we got a lot of our younger kids competing, sophomore, freshman girls, and a bunch of the guys, and then we have quite a few things that made it into KU relays. I think Cooper made it the triple jump, Sadie in the high jump, Macy in the javelin, Eliana in the 800. Our DMR and our 4x8 on the girls' side made it also. So they'll be at KU, then the rest of our varsity kids will be at Beeler. But we'll have some good kids competing at Beeler that just barely missed out on KU relays. So should be an interesting week.
Yeah, and I think it's been a couple of years since you've been at KU, probably because of the home meet and whatnot. How fun to get back in that, and what do you expect from the competition up there?
Oh, it's going to be the best of the best. I mean, you got people from all over. I mean, not just Kansas. I mean, you got people from Arkansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa. You're talking probably 7 or 8 different states are going to be involved. So we're excited to race some other people.
Yeah, and temperatures have been nice all week. We'll be back in the low 50s, I think, for that meet.
Shocker there.
Yeah. Coach Lyles Lashley, thanks for joining us. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having us.
More sports day after this.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
Hi, my name is Dalton Jones, a patient that I helped. She came in with chronic back pain that she'd been having for years. After several weeks of showing her exercises, several different interventions, we were able to get her back to where she can do her shopping without leaning on the shopping cart at all.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Welcome back to Sports Day here on KVGB. Don't forget tonight, Royals baseball. They will take on the White Sox. Chance to make some hay, boys. Take advantage of the White Sox tonight. We'll have it for you starting at 6 here on KVGB. Haven't seen anything on Salvi. Concerned about him. That's not good.
Especially when you get an older player already having to try to come back from an injury when the body isn't what it used to be in terms of recovery. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but kind of like you're hitting at earlier, a catcher getting a groin injury, that's not what you want. It's kind of like a wide receiver dealing with like a low ankle sprain, can just linger for the season.
He's a durable guy. I kind of like the way the Royals have gone. I mean, you don't know when a guy's going to start breaking down a little bit, but this may be one where you see the Royals. All right, maybe we probably ought to give him a day off. But as a fantasy baseball manager, that's not good. You know, put him at DH.
It's the problem plaguing the NBA. How do you manage players wanting rest time? Next, it's going to be MLB catchers. The old veteran catchers are going to be getting rest days.
Gosh, he had almost 600 at-bats last year. That was incredible. Okay, the Chiefs today are starting their off-season program with virtual meetings. Andy Reid saying that he expects Rashee Rice to participate. So I take it he's at home, even though, let's see, the affidavit, he was driving 119 miles per hour before the crash. Have you ever gone that fast?
I have not. I don't know. Maybe on a roller coaster, I suppose.
Man. And this is one that I didn't see. I would have watched this yesterday if I knew it was on. The World Women's Hockey Championships yesterday. Overtime, Canada beat the U.S. 6-5.
Shocking. Canada's good at hockey.
But they've gone back and forth. I mean, it's not like him in the U.S. is one of the best women's hockey teams in the world.
And just looking at the Stanley Cup hasn't made a trip north of the border for a while now, so
they're hanging their hats. Everybody's hanging their hats on their ladies' sports
What
right
network was it on?
I don't know.
That's good. I never heard of that.
Yeah, Daniel Serkani converted a rebound in front, 5:16 in overtime. Canada beat the U.S. 6-5. Okay, tomorrow Carson DeBose on the show. Cole Rife will be in, and Mike Corson going on the